Alright, in this video here, I would like to have at least 100 zinnia plants, all different kinds. Every year I like to do a theme around my front yard. One year it was nothing but big huge elephant ears. It looked like a jumble out there. The other year I had nothing but, last year, nothing but sunflowers, huge sunflowers. I think our tallest sunflower, I might have been 14 feet tall. And so this year, what I want to do around my front yard and around all the garden and everything is I want zinnias. So I'd like to start 100 zinnias, and then I'd like to start at least 50 marigolds. Now the marigolds, they really help keep certain bugs away, and also that I hate snakes, and snakes hate the smell of marigolds. And usually when I have my garden surrounded with marigolds, the snakes usually stay out. So we're going to go ahead and get the soil prepared here and get it damp. And then I believe the second video, I think it was, I showed the potting soil for starting seeds that I got at the, what do you call that, greenhouse, what they use. So we're going to start out, Toby here is filling these trays up, so we'll need 4 of these trays. And if you notice, these trays they're bigger than normal, so that way I won't have to transplant them into other pots. I can put these right into the ground. So he's got 4 of these that we'll be putting zinnias in. So once we dampen the soil a little bit, we're going to go through here and put some potting soil in it. Now I'm not packing it down too tight, especially for the plants, because I'm just going to lay the seed on top and then add dirt on top of it. So we'll go through here and fill these up, and this will be a good job for Toby. Alright, Toby?
Okay.
So I'm going to start with these zinnias, and I have a couple different kinds of zinnias. Now, I might be starting these maybe a couple weeks early according to the frost date, but I do have a greenhouse that I can protect them in, and I am putting them in a little bigger containers with more dirt. So if I have to, I can transplant them. So I'm going to put 1 in each of these. But I normally like to put 2 in each one, but because I need 100, and I'm not quite sure if I have 100 of these seeds. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue and fill these up. Okay, I got 4 trays of these zinnias, so we're going to go ahead and cover these all up. Now, I only put 1 seed in each one of these, and if one doesn't come up, that's okay. I'll replant it because I'm planting these a little earlier than normal, because I do have, like I said, I have the greenhouse here, and if I need to heat the greenhouse, I do have a kerosene heater that I can put in here and help out, you know, overnight. So, and if one doesn't come up, that's fine. I've got plenty enough time to replant that seed. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all filled up here. I'm kind of curious to see, like I said, every year I like to do some kind of a theme of a certain, you know, plant out in my front yard. And then I'll post a picture of all the sunflowers here. I wish I had one when I had all those elephant ears. It just, between the elephant ears and all of the morning glories I had everywhere, it just looked like a jungle. Alright, we have 4 of these trays full of zinnias. And we will be finishing up here. So the only thing we got left to do is to put the tags in. Next thing we have to do is put the names on the tag, and I always put the date when we start the seeds. So Toby, go ahead and put all those in their spots. Way in the back, way back against it. Yep. So we'll have all 4 of these. And then now I always put water. I'll wait till Toby's done here. There you go, Toby. Put these right. Push those right up against like that, so that way they stay. Okay, come on over here, camera. Okay. Then the next thing we'll do is I put some DE on top, and that helps get rid of all those gnats. And then I'll sprinkle cinnamon on top, and that helps with the fungus that grows, you know, in the dirt. And we always water from the bottom in the trays up. The next thing I want to do is, because of all the gnats and all those bugs that attract, you know, from the dirt and everything, there is a way to take care of that. I use the food grade DE on here, and I just put it on the top of the soil. And then I also sprinkle cinnamon on. Well, this says garlic powder, but it's in a, you know, in a bottle, an empty bottle from a garlic powder. But anyways, and then for all the fungus that grows on top then that you see, if you sprinkle cinnamon on, that takes care of that. So right, this is the food grade, but you don't have to use that. I use this for my chickens, but I just take some of this. Whoops, I kicked the thing, didn't I? Sprinkle some of this on. And then always water your plants from the bottom up in the trays. And this will turn brown on top because once you put it on the dirt here. But those gnats, when they hatch, then they'll eat this, and then it'll kill them. I don't think you can get too much of it. And if for some reason later on you end up, I believe it's like a 7-day cycle for these fly, these whatever you call those gnat things. And anyways, if you have to, you start seeing some, go ahead and put some more on, but I've never really had to. So I'm going to do the cinnamon next. Again, it's cinnamon will get rid of the fungus that grows on top. And plus it makes your greenhouse smell good too. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be the great value cinnamon, anything cheap. Alright, inside the greenhouse it's 62 degrees, and it is supposed to drop down to 40 tonight. So what I will do is take these inside, and I do have a little greenhouse down in my basement where I can start seeds and put them underneath grow lights or keep it heated. And then if it, I think the next couple days it's supposed to get cold, so I'll just keep them down there and then I'll bring them back out here. But eventually I have one of the propane heaters, and I will be bringing it out here and probably in a couple weeks, and that way at night when the temperatures drop I could just put the propane heater on low, and that will help get these plants through the night. Alright guys, take care, and I'm hoping to see you back. I have approximately a 9-month series that I'm going to be doing that I started earlier. So if you've missed my first 4 videos, I am taking you through the journey of when I start my garden all the way to the end, to where I put them, you know, in the jars and then actually on our table. So, all right, take care.